You can't stop a wave. Born in a storm, way out to sea. Pure energy. It's all building to this breaking point.
And the winner is...
The Oscar is awarded to
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Now I got the power!
Welcome, Nicolas Cage.
By the late 90s, Nicolas Cage was
one of the most respected young actors in Hollywood.
And he let everyone know.
When people think of Nicolas Cage, I wanted it to have like a punk rock energy. Trying to make a big noise like punk rock and say, look at me.
Everything that I read about you describes you as weird, eccentric, wild.
And I want you to remember me.
Nick Cage was a movie star back, I mean, he still is, but he was like sweet spot of movie star. He was island getting.
Hit movie after movie.
Delivered big box office returns and helped catapult Cage
into one of the highest paid leading men.
Nick Cage was the $20 million actor.
He had all this money and he was spending money left and right.
He thinks it's never gonna end. Why would it stop? So he starts spending more and more and more.
4 homes, lots of exotic cars.
Cage's brand new gold Lamborghini.
Yachts, a jet, a castle.
16-car garage, 7 bedrooms.
$276,000 on a dinosaur skull. Over 50 cars.
But the money wasn't about luxury. It was about control.
My mother is a very fragile woman. She was a very sensitive woman.
She was diagnosed as schizophrenic.
Well, schizoaffective.
Sadly, my mother couldn't be around as much as we would have liked her to have been around.
He told us his mother, Joy, a choreographer, suffered from severe mental illness and was institutionalized for much of his childhood.
What was that like, Nick, little boy, visiting his mother in institutions?
I'd see her there in the corner of the room, and I'd, you know, feel terrible for her and want to come home.
So Nicolas imagined a new life and a new surname to go with it.
What about the 3 adjectives that describe you as weird, eccentric, and wild?
Maybe some of it's my doing because I wanted to generate an image at one time that I thought would be maybe kind of wild and eccentric and fun.
As a young actor starting out, and as a person who came from an artistic family, and as someone who began to develop a concept of something called art synchronicity, I believe that what you could do in one art form, you can do in another. This isn't necessarily over the top.
I'm a vampire.
This is performance, operatic, surreal, abstract by design. Just as you can have impressionistic painting, you could have impressionistic acting. Thinking outside the box a little, maybe being more intentionally operatic, more abstract, more surreal, more musical.
Cage chose to let his wildness define him.
An absurd idea that delivered big box office returns and helped catapult Cage into the category of Hollywood's highest paid actors.
On screen, that chaos paid off. But
in real life, Nicolas isn't as lucky with money.
He's 39 now, and he leads a big life.
He makes so much money, but he spends it like it's on fire.
But it's the real-life spending that's landed him in big trouble. His holdings have included a pair of swanky apartments on New York's Fifth Avenue, a Bavarian castle in Germany, Dean Martin's former home in Bel Air, properties in New Orleans, England, and Rhode Island.
I've never been very good at keeping the money that I've earned. I have a problem with spending it.
okay, so far so good. We're 4 minutes and 44 seconds in. Good. Now, throw in an AI clip. What? Everyone is doing it.
Come to the Baby Street Fashion Show.
Never. All of these shots in this video come from real people, and that's thanks to Storyblocks. Storyblocks provides unlimited downloads of diverse, high-quality media for one predictable subscription cost. In a time where everyone, maybe even yourself, are normalizing slop, create with real artists, the way Storyblocks do. It's how I elevate my production value from the comfort of my own home, or even the comfort of Premiere Pro. Escape the creative recession. For unlimited downloads at one set price, head to storyblocks.com/Dodford. And comment below with your thoughts on all this. I'm picking 2 of you to get a free 1-year subscription.
The signs were everywhere, but now it's official, we are in a recession.
So I think this is the
most significant financial crisis in the post-war period.
Nearly 250,000 homeowners are in danger of losing their homes.
The housing market has all but collapsed.
Well, the rich and famous not immune to the housing collapse in Las Vegas.
We did a story on Nicolas Cage, and he is broke. He owes a ton of money in back taxes.
The houses, right? Castles in Germany, in England, an island, the mansion in New Orleans. What's that about?
Yeah, poor Nicolas Cage owes $3 million.
He owes the U.S. taxman more than $6 million.
More than $14 million to the IRS.
They're getting ready to throw him in jail.
I was overinvested in real estate. It wasn't because I spent $80 on an octopus. The real estate market crashed, and I couldn't get out in time.
To free up cash, Cage is unloading a handful of his homes around the country.
He's been forced to sell off a number of properties like this oceanfront home at a loss of $9.5 million.
Already had 3 other homes foreclosed on.
Quote, forced to sell major assets and investments at a significant loss.
Cage has been in a long-running dispute with his former business manager over alleged mismanagement.
But, he blamed all of his money problems on his financial manager, right? And he's actually suing his financial manager because of it.
A lawsuit filed by Cage last month against Samuel Levin claims Levin, quote, lined his pockets with several $1 million in business management fees while sending Cage down a path toward financial ruin. The actor owes Uncle Sam more than $6 million in back taxes because, he says, Levin never filed his taxes.
We are always all individually responsible for our own taxes. That's an obligation that can't be delegated to an accountant or to a business manager.
Anyway, now we know that part of the reason why he is in financial trouble is because of his lavish spending habits.
Yeah, shocking. I thought, he was probably totally right that it wasn't his fault at all that he was broke.
I just want my life back, okay? Now, what's it gonna take?
Even though he's made $1 gazillion.
Right.
Turns out it is his fault.
It is.
But if you buy a castle, okay, and then you complain, and you buy 50 cars, then you complain that you ran out of money. It ain't got nobody, it's nobody's fault but your own. I mean, you're a grade A dummy.
This is Nick Cage's Rock Bottom.
October 2009. As the debts closed in, something deeper was lost. The source of Nick's childhood magic had been extinguished. And with that, the current shifted. No lifeline, no anchor. So Cage did the only thing he knew how to do. Dive back in.
How much money did you end up owing?
It was about $6 million. I never filed for bankruptcy.
He moved to tax-free Las Vegas.
You lived there for tax reasons, or?
Well, originally, yeah.
Dug in and worked non-stop, making 3 to 4 movies a year.
To the New York Times, Cage states, one thing I wasn't going to do was file for bankruptcy. I had this pride thing where I wanted to work my way through anything. I'm a better man when I'm working. I want to be on set. I want to be performing.
That had to be a dark period.
It was dark, sure.
Cage was a respected A-lister until he started taking roles just for the money.
I saw an interview where he said, he didn't even claim to be, he said, I don't even believe in it.
Just another movie he's doing for the paycheck in the long list of direct-to-DVD movies.
So why is he doing the movie?
Did the work help you
no
get
doubt,
through?
Work.
Yeah.
Work was always my guardian angel.
With Nicolas Cage, I mean, it's just him. He will always be forever starring in bad movies.
Cage is a tireless actor. Good thing. It pays the bills.
It may not have been blue chip, but it was still work.
You know who shouldn't be allowed to make any more movies? Nicolas Cage.
How many movies does that guy make a year? It's almost like he doesn't care.
During that period of time, when these critics say like, he's just here for a paycheck and he's phoning it in.
Are you trying to make fun of me? Are you mocking me?
There are times when it feels like maybe he's phoning it in.
You were worthless.
But I don't feel he's kind of too passionate about it.
Are you Andy Samberg on Saturday Night Live?
Okay, as everyone knows, my dream as an actor is to appear in every film ever released.
Even if the movie ultimately is crummy.
Like, you want me in a movie? I'll be in it.
Yes, let's do it. Say, okay, I'll do it. And that's why I said, yes, I have to be a part of this.
He's somebody who genuinely wants to play every part in every movie.
They know I'm not phoning it in. that I care every time.
Nicolas Cage memes are like my favorite things ever.
There's a billion Nick Cage memes online.
There's so many great Nicolas Cage memes out there.
He's the easiest actor to make fun of.
And then it kind of became this thing to meme and make fun of Nicolas Cage.
But then he became a meme. Nicolas Cage then became a meme that people made fun of. And that really, I think, can make or break a career.
How do you feel about memes with you in general?
What am I gonna do about it? It's there. I remember feeling no sense of control over what was happening to me on the internet. Up came this video, Nicolas Cage loses his crap or whatever. Suddenly, I was a meme on a t-shirt, you don't save. And going, I can't stop this. Nothing I could do to control it. This isn't why I became an actor. It's not why I made the movie. This is something new.
Cage was somewhere new. He'd outpaced the storm to find he'd drifted to a place where nothing felt real anymore.
I was surprised to read that you have done more than 70 films.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear that, actually. It just kind of went by like a big blur.
That night I had a dream. I drifted off thinking about happiness, birth, and new life. But now I was haunted by a vision.
I had gone on a bit of a tear, exploring what I thought I could do, what you could do in one art form. Why not try something surrealistic or operatic or abstract or impressionistic?
Nicolas Cage makes so many crummy movies each year.
In these god-awful direct-to-streaming movies.
Nicolas Cage, good or bad?
The debt was gone, but he didn't stop. Nicolas Cage just drifted further until there was less and less of him left.
Hello? Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you. Because I don't really see myself. And they don't even see you. I see something else. You don't even see yourself. I don't know what I see, but I don't see me.
The psychotic drowns where the mystic swims.
Beautiful. Like a flower. We're living the dream.
Maybe it is a dream.
Can you believe me now?
After more than 100 movies,
I don't know what I believe anymore.
Nicolas Cage is almost his own genre.
You exude a cosmic darkness. Can you see that? You're drowning. I'm swimming.
Did you ever worry that you might inherit your mother's illness?
Yeah. I was always able to naturally access comedy as a means of survival, as a means of making friends, as a means of not seeing the dark side of things in my own childhood.
My mom looks at me and starts to cry.
My father used to say I was plagued by nightmares at a very little age. Yeah, I've had plane crash dreams. I've had dreams where my car was driving itself and I was headed for a brick wall. Nightmares, you know, and I couldn't stop it. I've had dreams where I've been visited by relatives who've passed on. We don't get a lot of things to really care about. When I played Rob and Pig, I felt I entered the room. I felt that I was closer to me than maybe I've ever been before in film performance.
What was it about this project that said, I want to do this? This is important to me?
What are you thinking?
What do you mean closer to you?
That I wasn't acting. I felt that I was doing exactly what I care about. Have you heard anything about a pig? I was thinking, if I never came looking for him. It had no other motivation than to just tell a quiet story of loss. In my head, I'll look up. She'd still be alive. And I'll see a wave. And I was at a point in my own life where it was kind of like no acting, please. And then all of this. Because I felt I had the relationships and the life experience to tell this story. So that's what drew me to it. Couldn't be at the bottom of the ocean.
This movie is one of the most acclaimed films of the year. Your performance is one of the most acclaimed performances of the year.
Well, I'm deeply thankful. I'm touched. I'm deeply touched.
Then why the fuck did we do all this?
This doesn't happen like lightning in a bottle that happens maybe. I mean, I'm doing this now 43 years, and this is one of them. I love her.
Down here, Nick had found peace, but he hadn't faced himself.
We live in a world where especially celebrities, your identity is constantly litigated in the public sphere. What is real? What is fake? Who actually is Nick?
You feel very emotionally naked. Hands down, the scariest thing I've ever done. Very bare and very exposed. It was probably the most daunting challenge I've ever had. And there was no muscle in my body that told me I should do a movie where I'm Nick Cage. And I would hear about it more and more. The news of this screenplay about some version of me was in the air, and I kept saying to my agency, I'm just not interested. I have no interest in playing myself in a movie. It's just not something I'd want to do.
But the idea lingered, glimmering just beyond reach, drawing Cage to the surface.
You know, I started doing this when I was 15. I felt like I've done a little bit of everything already, but I've never done anything like this before, which meant that the experience was both exciting and terrifying.
The next thing up is the unbearable weight of massive talent, where you're playing yourself.
Action! It is not me. There's some elements that are truthful.
So you're not happy with how your career is going because you seem to be working all the time.
But it is a fictionalized, surrealistic, abstract.
Kenny says you still have substantial debts. And now the divorce and your spending habits.
Comical account of a weekend. And I hate saying my name like this.
I need you to get your shit together.
Nicolas Cage's life. Nick Cage.
I'm happy, I'm healthy when I'm working, I'm an actor.
No, you're a fucking movie star, and don't you ever forget that. I'm quitting acting because I'm no longer an actor. I've retired.
What?
As an actor, we want to hide behind characters, you know, infuse them with genuine emotion and imagination, but it has a different name. Oh, hey, Nicky. So you're retired then? That's the idea. So it's much easier to do that when it's not you.
Nicolas Cage, oh my God.
Nicolas Cage?
I love you.
When it is you, you feel very emotionally naked. And you feel very bare and very exposed.
Is it too much?
Repay. And that's the way I felt the entire time making this movie. I was terrified. No. Fuck that! It was terrifying. I was worried that it would lapse into a kind of a mockery, lapse into caricature. Is this supposed to be me? It's grotesque. It's a little bit like going down memory lane. We haven't worked since you were 15. 41 years to be number 7 on the call sheet of a goddamn student film.
Did you hate my screenplay?
Because I remember I kept looking at the Wogan interview in England that was kind of, you know, spectacular for both good and bad reasons. Come here. This is the fictional version of so-called Nick Cage. What we have is a career-driven actor. I think I should have been more present while I was at home. Who ultimately evolves into a sensitive family man.
By any measure, Nicolas Cage is not slowing down.
You can't stop a wave. One of my mantras has been,
I never had a career. I only have work. It's amazing how inspiring that is if you adopt that as your path in whatever job you have.
I care about all of them. I put up my heart and soul into my characters.
I feel blessed. I feel that I've made movies with people that enjoy cinema, and I've worked with some of the most interesting filmmakers and storytellers and actors around. I want to be able to say at the end of my career that I did everything. So it's been good for me so far.
You listen to me. You're Nick fucking... You know, maybe you should let go a little bit and stop trying to control everything. Whoa, Cage! Go with some changes, and you might have a happier life if you can let go.
Yeah, Nick Cage smooch is good.